If you've managed to keep that free hit chip all the way up until game week 38, number one, fair play to you. And number two, don't worry, I've got you covered with the ultimate team in today's video. Before we dive into the team today, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has supported the channel over the course of this season. It's been mightily impressive, and like I said, I just want to say thank you. We're closing in on 4,000 subscribers, so if you are new to the channel or new around here, be sure to like, comment, and of course being subscribed to help us hit that goal. Plenty of other content coming up in the summer as well. We're obviously going to have the build up to next season, and we are going to be doing Euro 2024 content as well. So if you're looking forward to that, hit that subscribe button. Starting off with our game week 38 free hit, we're going to start off with Sells in goal from Nottingham Forest. I feel like both of these teams, their fates are kind of sealed for the season. Both Nottingham Forest and Burnley, they both know what league they will be playing in next season. It feels like it could be one of those games that is a little bit of a dead rubber, so I have gone for Sells in goal. 4.5 million. Forest defensive statistics as well are pretty decent, so I think he could be a nice little pickup on the free hit in terms of goalkeeper for this game week. Moving into the back line, of course, we're going to have Gabriel. I feel like you need to have an Arsenal defender going into the final game week of the season. I'm filming this while the Manchester United game is taking place. Arsenal are currently 1-0 up at half-time, so it still potentially could go down to the final game of the season. If not, I do feel Arsenal at home, they should be keeping a clean sheet against Everton. I know Everton have been on a pretty good run recently, but in terms of attacking data, they're still pretty dismal, not scoring many opportunities, or not even creating many opportunities as well. Arsenal are the best defence over the past 5 game weeks for XG conceded. They've been the best defence over the course of the season as well for XG conceded, and have the most clean sheets. So this one really, really does make sense. Moving on to our next defender, it is going to be Pedro Porro from Spurs. They've got Sheffield United on the final day. Still stuff to play for Spurs, and I watched the game against Burnley and I thought it was super impressive. Definitely could have picked up a few more attacking returns as well, so bodes well going into a team that have conceded the most goals in Premier League history as well, with over 100 goals conceded by Sheffield United. So could be a really, really decent pickup on the free hit for this week. And then finally, our final defender is going to be GW38, the man in form, the man of the moment for Manchester City at the moment. 5 attacking returns over the past 5 game weeks, 2 goals yesterday as well for him. Absolutely cooking. West Ham are currently rock bottom of XG conceded over the past 5 game weeks as well, so he could be back amongst the attacking returns. He's a player on the eye test perspective as well, is massively impressing me. His data as well is okay-ish. It could be a little bit better. He probably has been overscoring in terms of points, but definitely going into this final game week, I feel like he should be a player you should want to go and pick up. Right, let's move on to our midfield. We're going to stick with the Manchester City theme. We're going to go with Phil Foden at the moment. Like I said, West Ham are one of the worst defences in the league over the past 5 game weeks. Rock bottom for XG conceded. That is why I've gone Foden over Havertz. I could be swayed potentially if Arsenal still have something potentially left to play for on the final day, as Kai Havertz has been one of the highest scoring players over the past 5 game weeks. He's picked up an assist at half-time as well in the Manchester United game as well, so could be a little decent option. I think you could swap these two around, to be honest. Either one has been cooking, so you know, whichever way you want to go for, I completely understand. But at the moment, I'm going off the data. I'm going the fact that West Ham have been absolutely woeful defensively over the past few weeks, and we're going with Phil Foden as our first midfielder. Next one, we're going to go with Cole Palmer. They're playing Bournemouth at home. Chelsea, interestingly, have been one of the top teams for picking up points over the past few weeks. It seems like Pochettino has potentially turned around this team. We know what Cole Palmer is very much capable of. We've seen it throughout the course of this season. I think he's a player, just go and get him. Nice, cheap, enables you to go and build a really, really quality squad as well outside of him. Moving on to our next midfielder. This is the big one for me. It is going to be Mohamed Salah, and I think if you are chasing rank with the free hit in 38, he could be a really, really decent captaincy option. It feels like he could be one of those games where it's kind of a farewell send-off to Jurgen Klopp. Liverpool go and batter Wolves. Wolves' recent performances as well have taken a dip over the past month, not really picking up too many wins, conceding quite a few goals as well. Mohamed Salah's data is not not been the best, but only 2 goals, 1 assist, so could be a little bit of a gamble. But interestingly, Liverpool have been one of the best teams for XG created over the past 5 game weeks, absolutely cooking in terms of that department. So I do think they will bum a team at some point. Maybe it could be Aston Villa on Monday night, it could be Wolves on the final day of the season. So I think Salah could be a nice little differential pick for you on the free hit in game week 38. And then finishing up our midfield, we're going to go with Son, obviously Sheffield United. I think he could be one of those players that maybe could miss out. Maybe you could take the gamble not playing him, but with him playing one of the worst defences in the league, Spurs hopefully looking to finish the season strong as well, could be a really, really good player and could offer himself up as a differential captain for the final game week of the season. From an eye test perspective, I think he's a little bit off the boil at the moment. Doesn't quite look, there, but it's against Sheffield United. Anyone could very, very realistically turn up and does offer himself up as a captaincy option. So I have included him in this 38 free hit. Right, let's move on to our forwards. We're going to start off with Erling Haaland. Again, I'm backing City to do extremely well against West Ham at home. West Ham, like I've said, are the worst defence in the league for XG conceded over the past few weeks. So it would not surprise me to see City put a couple past them and Erling Haaland be involved. If the Premier League does go down to the final game of the season as well, I would want as many of the kind of key title deciding players in there as I possibly could get. Right, we're going to move on to our next player. It is Philippe Mateta. He has been absolutely slapping, hasn't he? Game week 34 is where he came alive for a lot of people with that mega score over those 2 games. Continued to pick up form as well. Crystal Palace as well, under their new manager as well, have been one of the best performing teams in terms of points and in terms of goals and in terms of kind of just overall entertainment within the Premier League. They are playing Aston Villa, a little bit of a difficult test, but I think they've been cooking. Mateta as well has been on fire, and I just want to hear the Wenger boys music and celebrate it with having that player in my team as well. So I think he could be a nice little differential pickup for the free hit on the final day. Right, we're going to move on to our final striker. It is going to be Nicholas Jackson. Obviously, since he shaved his head, he started picking up attacking returns as well. 3 goals for him over the past 5 game weeks. Still another game yet to play for Chelsea in double game week. They're playing Bournemouth at home. Again, like I said, Pochettino definitely seems like he's turned a corner with this side. Chelsea as well are 3rd or 4th for XG created over the past 5 game weeks as well. So doing extremely well in the attacking department. And I think the likes of Palmer and Jackson could have a very, very successful final day in the Premier League. Right, before we finish up, let's take a look at our bench. Of course, goalkeeper wise is a little bit difficult. We've gone with Areola. We've just gone for the cheap pick because it helps us build the rest of this mighty squad out. We do have Havertz on the bench. I spoke about him as well, obviously why I've obviously included him in today's team and the kind of thought process behind it. I think it is a switch between him and Foden. If you were to go for one or the other, you could very easily just downgrade Havertz or downgrade Foden and then buff out that bench a little bit if you wanted to go down that route. Jared Branthwaite, again, very cheap defender, plays a lot of minutes. Same with Charlie Taylor as well. Both pretty much the bench is, aside from Havertz, who we kind of already spoke about, it's just about getting as many cheap players in as possible. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we are trying to hit 4,000 subscribers by the start of next season. Would be mightily impressive if we could do that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching today, ladies and gentlemen, and good luck this game week.